Okay, so welcome to our present progressive worksheet video. So now we're going to dive into examples of the present progressive in English. We're going to read them in English, translate them to Spanish, figure out if the present progressive holds from English to Spanish. So the plan for this worksheet video, like every other one I have, I'll read it in English, I'll pause, you pause the video, try and write it out, and then we'll see how you did. All right, so the first one, numero uno, I am eating an apple. Okay, for this one, the verb is comer, so that's an ER ending, so it's going to be an yendo. But first we have to translate I am, which is estoy comiendo una manzana, is an apple. Estoy comiendo una manzana. Number two, you are reading a very interesting book. Okay, so this verb is comer. Oops, this verb is leer. Disculpa, excuse me. And then you are is estás. So estás. Now this is not leyendo. Remember, this is one of our irregulars. Leyendo sounds a little clunky, so it's leyendo un libro muy interesante. All right, and then good. Google picked up on it. Little tilde. Remember, when we translate estar, estás, está, y están are all going to have the tilde above the a. But this one is estás leyendo. It's one of those irregulars. Number three, he is playing soccer in the park. Okay, so to play is jugar, so we have an AR ending now. And then he is going to be él está jugando. And then they don't say soccer in Spanish, they call it fútbol en el parque. And yep, Google's going to pick up on these tildes, cool. So the verb was jugar. We have está jugando now for is playing, he is playing in the park. Oh, and the L too, cool. Yep, and remember that L and la mean the. However, L also means he in Spanish. So when we wanted to refer to a man, we put a tilde above the E. All right, numero cuatro, number four. She's drinking a glass of water. Okay, so the verb here is beber. So that's going to be one of those yendo. She is drinking is ella está bebiendo un vaso de agua. And then, whoops, might help if I put the A, cool, and tilde it up. All right, number five, numero cinco. The dog is going to the garden. Okay, so the verb here is to go, which is ir. If you remember from the video, though, ir is one of our irregulars. So ir in the present progressive never really used in Spanish, so we're not going to say yendo. That doesn't really fly, so we're going to say el perro, and it's just the present simple now. So el perro, to go, in the present simple is va al jardín, and jardín should have a tilde, cool. All right, so this is one of those that we say in English, in the present progressive, doesn't translate well to Spanish. That's going to be the present simple in Spanish. Number five, numero seis. She is teaching me Spanish later. All right, did you catch it? So the important word here is later. All right, so that refers to something happening in the future, which means it is not the present progressive. Remember in Spanish, present progressive, just actions that are happening right now. But let's do this one anyway, just some extra practice. We'll take a look at the future. There's a couple ways to say this. We'll go with the future simple. So the verb is enseñar, and enseñar should have a tilde above the N right there. In the future simple, they add a letter at the end, so ella. And then interesting enough too, we also have a direct object there because I'm receiving her action. So ella me, because that's the direct object for me is me enseñará español luego. And then enseñará, good, español. So this one, I really threw in there just to kind of highlight the difference between English and Spanish. A little bit of trickery. This is a future verb. All right, number seven, numero siete. They are watching a movie at the cinema. Okay, so the verb here is mirar, is to watch. So we have here ellos están mirando una película en el cine. Then están, yep, and película as well gets a tilde. So ellos están mirando. There's our ending, ando, yendo, ing. Number 8. My mother is helping you cook tonight. Did I get you? Did I get you on this one? So here we have another important word, right? Tonight refers to something that's not happening right now. So let's erase tonight. All right, because I like the fact that it has this direct object of you, and I want to do this in the present progressive. So my mother is helping you cook. So mi madre. And now 2 options, right? We can put it at the end of helping. The verb helping is ayudar. So it could be ayudando, ayudando te. I personally like putting the te in front of a star, so that's what we're going to do. Mi madre te está ayudando a cocinar. All right, and then this está, yep, gets that. All right, so mi madre te está ayudando a cocinar. Again, you can say mi madre está ayudándote a cocinar, but that te at the end translates just as well. Number 9, the students are writing in their notebooks. Okay, so here we have the verb writing is escribir. So that's an IR ending, which means it's yendo. Los estudiantes están escribiendo en sus cuadernos. All right, so están escribiendo is our verb in the present progressive. Number 10, I am coming home from school. Okay, so the verb here is venir. Remember from the video, this is another one. It falls in the ear category, so we don't translate this to the present simple, to the present progressive. We translate to the present simple. So I'm coming home from school. Venir is one of those irregular present simple verbs, so it's vengo de escuela is what we translate it to in Spanish. All right, just got to remember those 2, ear and venir, are part of our irregulars. They don't translate to the present progressive in Spanish. Number 11, we are listening to music in the car. All right, listening is escuchar. That's an AR ending. We are listening would be nosotros estamos escuchando música en el carro. All right, música gets a tilde. Remember estamos, no tilde on that one because it's nosotros. Nosotros estamos escuchando. We are listening. Ing-ando, right there. Number 12. Sorry, I just had a terrible cough attack. Didn't want you guys to hear that. The student is requesting money for lunch, so take a second. Okay. The verb here is pedir, all right, because they're asking, they're requesting. Remember, pedir is one of our irregulars. So we have el estudiante está pidiendo dinero para el almuerzo. And then está gets that. So we do not write pediendo. Pediendo, yeah, it sounds ugly. Pidiendo sounds so much better. Number 13. My mother is sleeping upstairs. All right, so the verb here is dormir. Another one of our irregulars. So mi madre está. Now it's not dormiendo, it's durmiendo. Está durmiendo arriba. And then boom. All right. Number 14, I'm looking for my keys. Okay, so here we use the verb buscar. If you look up the verb to look in English and translate to Spanish, sometimes mirar pops up. Mirar is more so in reference of I am looking at something, whereas buscar is I am looking for something. So we have I am is estoy, and then we have buscando mis llaves. Something important too with buscar, it's implied, the for there is employed, looking for something, so you don't need para or por. It's just estoy buscando mis llaves. And number 15, the birds are singing in the trees. All right, so the verb here is going to be cantar. Los pájaros están, because there's more than one of them, so están cantando en los arbustos. árboles. All right, so pájaros gets a tilde, están gets a tilde. They are singing in árboles también gets a tilde. So let's go back real slow over each one in case you missed it. Okay, so next steps now, what I think you should do, create your own list, try and translate that, check it with Google Translate, see how it comes out, and then start reading some stuff in Spanish, whether it be kids' books, articles, whatever, and actively while you're reading, look for the present progressive and see if it aligns with what you believe or when you should use the present progressive. As always, any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Have a good rest of your day.